All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for hopping on today. We are very excited to have a question and answer and a reading for Pigasus the Pirate from the authors and the illustrator. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I will start with Anthony.
Hello, I'm Anthony DeVergillo from New Jersey, and I have been going to Jett Foundation's Can't Promise for well over a decade now. And I'm just excited to be here, and I'm just so glad that after all these years, the book finally released and you're all able to enjoy it, and I hope read it to your children.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Mia, I'm going to pass it off to you.
Hi, I'm Mia DeVergillo. I live in New Hampshire. When I first joined the Camp Promise community, I was in Connecticut, and I participated in Camp Promise East as a counselor in 2018. That's when we wrote the book. Since then, I got my master's in occupational therapy, and now I'm working in a preschool with students who have different disabilities.
That's awesome. Erica?
Hi, Erica Pufal. I live in New Jersey. So I met Anthony like 2 years ago while working at a small biotech company. And he asked me to help with illustrating the book. And at the time we were working in a rare disease field. So it was important to me to be able to help out in any way I can. So thank you.
Awesome. And then I forgot to introduce myself. I am Alexa Tinsley. I am the Director of Programs for Jett Foundation. So again, thank you guys for being here. All right, Mia, I'm going to start with you. What inspired you to co-write the book with Anthony, and how did that come about?
So Anthony and I were in the same cabin for camp that season, and we were getting ready for the talent show, and obviously Anthony has a way with words like no one else, and that became very clear. And I think we just got to talking that we both had a passion for writing. I've taken a lot of creative writing classes in my life, and have written a lot of poetry. So I don't even remember who came up with the initial idea of like, let's do kind of like a poetry type thing, story type thing, and get everyone involved. So we kind of like got everyone from the cabin to like come up with a line or, give us a word. And by the time we got everything written and it was time for the talent show, we got everyone in our cabin on the stage, which was like a lot of people, and everyone read a part of it. And then, Anthony just took it and ran with it of like, well, now we're going to make it a children's book and we're going to get it illustrated and published and everything. And, owe it all to him. He did so much of, the legwork for that. So it was awesome.
So Anthony, from your side, how did this book come about? Where did the idea come from? Did you always want to write a book, or did it kind of just happen when this idea came about?
So the story of Pigasus the Pirate, it actually came about from our cabin flag. So when we were creating our cabin flag for the Black Cabin, we, for some reason, decided to do like a Pegasus with a like skull and crossbones, like what you kind of would see on like a pirate ship flag. So that's kind of where it inspired me to use that design and that idea for the talent show. And I think again it was really cool that we were able to figure out something for the talent show that everybody can get involved in. So I think that was a big part of why we created it, was just so everybody could play a part in the talent show.
So for any three of you, who would you say that your target audience is for this book? So who do you hope will purchase and enjoy the story the most?
I mean, I think anyone can, I haven't yet, but I plan to share it and read it with my preschool class. And I am in a 50-50 program where half the kids are on special education plans and the other half are general ed. So I think anyone can benefit from reading about it and learn about, inclusivity and So I think those general apply to a lot of different groups.
What about you, Anthony and Erica? What are your feelings and thoughts?
Well, I would say again, like yes, the book is for everyone. But the reason I included like my first day at camp and like a story behind the story and something about Jett Foundation is I wanted to, for everybody that's reading it that's older, I wanted them to be able to read deeper and understand like why we write it and why it was important. And so I thought like that would be something extra for the adults reading. And then yeah, it's for everyone because I think even the parents that are reading it to their children can learn a lot from it as well. So I think it's really, I want it to be a learning experience, but a chance for parents and their children, um, any nieces or nephews or anything like that, to be able to connect and bond and kind of learn how to ask for help and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Erica, anything to add?
Yeah, I pretty much agree. Like while illustrating, I was pretty much using my first daughter as a guinea pig. So every time I drew something, I got her feedback and which character she liked more, what color she liked. Um, if she didn't really care for a page, I would ask her like what she preferred. So I think it's definitely a book geared towards everyone. And as she's gotten older, now that the book's been published, she remembers it. And the themes running throughout it, every child's a little different. And this book kind of helps children navigate that it's okay to be a little different. So it's very special.
Erica, speaking of, as you're illustrating this book, have you always been an artist? How did you get involved in illustrating this book? I know that you said that you were working with Anthony in this rare disease space, but how did you guys kind of come together to figure out that you wanted to and would illustrate this book?
I was actually helping with we had like a Bring Your Child to Work Day event, and they wanted to design T-shirts for the kids that were coming in. So I did the back of the T-shirt, and then I think that was when Anthony correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was when you reached out, and we were working in departments that were very close together, so we knew each other already, so that was helpful. But yeah, he asked me, and I was more than happy to help. But I've always done art on the side. It's never been something I was able to really tap into. So this was really, really cool to see, as an artist, it's very cool to see your name, associated with a book that is, you can buy it now. Like it's very, very exciting.
That's awesome. So Anthony, Mia, Erica, just in general, what would you say to others in the community who might have a creative idea but be hesitant to bring it to fruition?
I would say find someone with as much ambition as Anthony to work together with. I mean it. Like I owe everything to him. I think he just had this dream and this goal and just like did whatever he could to make it happen. And I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that on my own. So it's really admirable that he made this come to life, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
And I guess for me, like the way I always see it is if you want to do something, you have to start doing it. I think that's really, you have to take the first step and start doing it. And then you'll find people that can relate to it and that want to help you. Like, don't think that, oh, in a few weeks my book's going to be done and published. I think it is a long process, but I think, at least for me, it was the process of doing it that was more exciting and more fun to me than like the end product. Does that make sense? It's like I was able to work with Erica and Mia and really, like, it was a social experience, and it really, I just really enjoyed every moment of it. So yes, it takes time, but the time it takes is worth it.
Perfect. Erica, what about from your seat?
I agree with Mia. You definitely need an Anthony or someone, or you have to find that drive, I guess, to get it to fruition. But because I'm a little bit more of a I don't know. I sleep on my own projects, if that makes sense. I don't really have that. I'm like I work in the background. So, but I will say, as an artist, though, getting started, just start painting or just start doodling, and then even if you don't know what you want to draw, if you can even just start with the colors and then outline those colors, and then keep, writing books very similar. I like to write. So just starting, even if you don't know what you're even writing, just describe the scene and to start describing the five senses. And then little by little, you'd be amazed by how much you've written or painted or whatever. And then you can always go back and edit it. But just getting started, even if you don't have the idea, just go for it.
And then, yeah, even from an artist perspective, right? So, I know that you said you got your inspiration from your daughter, and but like when starting and thinking about, the words and bringing those to fruition, how did you kind of, what would you tell someone getting started in that space?
A lot of those, there's that book with the Hungry Caterpillar. So I kind of took a lot of inspiration from that, where I was like, you know what, let me start with the colors first, and then let me draw around it, and I'll just start cutting and pasting, and then I'll go back and look up images for pigs, and then like putting wings on those pigs. And I took a 2D design class once, and it was really helpful. So um, I work more toward, like, that's just how I work. Some people like to sketch out everything and go from there. I start with my colors first, which is probably really chaotic to consider for most people, but that's what I did.
Awesome. And then proceeds for this book are going to Jett Foundation. So we want to thank you all so much for allowing that to happen. But I'm going to start with Anthony on this one. Why did you feel it was so important for this book to be donated to Jett Foundation, and the proceeds go to our foundation and our programs?
Because I would say that everything in that book was experiences I had at camp and experience I had because of Jett Foundation. So I wanted to be able to give back and also give maybe people out there or young kids out there that are interested in camp or in other activities that Jett Foundation has, but they're not, I don't know, they kind of have some trepidation there. And they're unsure if they'll like it or if it's the right thing for them to do. But I think this book really shows you, like, I try to really explain the camp experience, have be a metaphor of the growth and the learning and the social connections you make. So that's kind of why I want to make sure that it gives back to Jett Foundation monetarily, but it also can get people interested in camp. Because I've been going there a decade, and I think I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to go as well.
Awesome. Will there be more Pigasus Pirate books, you think?
I'm hoping to do a whole series of books, maybe not Pigasus the Pirate, but similar kind of children's books that are about experience with a rare or chronic condition. Because I think that those stories need to be told, and I want to make sure that, like, we share the stories that make everybody feel included, and like to know that, okay, someone wrote a story about what I'm going through. And I think, like, stories are super powerful. And especially when kids are young and they're learning. And I think I would definitely love to make more in the series. And if anybody has any ideas for a topic, let me know. And, like, I definitely want this to continue.
Awesome. Is there anything that I haven't touched on that you want to add about your experience, the book, or just what you would like to tell others about the book or your experience?
I really don't want to give away the entire book, but I would say there's 2 words of wisdom that I want everybody to understand from it. Is A, it's okay to ask for help. I know a lot of us are stubborn and we don't want to ask for help. We want to do everything on our own. But I've learned that independence does not mean doing everything on your own. It means being able to ask for help when you need it. Because then you're able to do a lot more than you probably could. So for me, yeah, definitely asking for help is hard, but it's really important. And then when you ask for help, you make a friend at the same time. And then the other thing is, like Erica has said before, like it's okay to be different. We're all unique people, and it's important to like always be yourself no matter what. And I think by being yourself, you'll find others with the same passions that you have, and that's why you'll make the friends. So I guess the 2 things are be yourself and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Awesome. I love it. Well, that is all I have in terms of questions for the 3 of you. So we are going to go ahead and have Anthony read a few pages of the book so you guys get a taste of what it's like. So I will have him share his screen and read a few pages. I'm going to go ahead and unspotlight the other 3 and put him on.
All right, can you guys see it?
Yep.
Well, first, I kind of wanted to show you guys our flag. This is the Pigasus the Pirate flag. And yeah, it has all our initials on it. And this was actually our cabin flag and the whole reason we wrote this book. So I think I'll read probably the first 3 pages. Gather round, you landlubbers. You're about to hear a tale about a camp full of promise and the friendship of a whale. They met one day in summer, on the 4th of July. Pigasus knew they would be friends, as fireworks lit the sky. They traveled fast, full speed ahead, to the Isle of Flying Pigs. Little did they know, all the pigs were kings. The flying pigs welcomed them with a lovely song. Faster than you can say scallywag, they began to sing along.
Awesome. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. Anthony, thank you for reading those few pages. Pigasus the Pirate can be purchased on Amazon for anybody who would like it. I will actually go ahead and put that link in the chat. This is a meeting, so I'm going to open it up for Q&A if anybody has any questions for Mia, Erica, or Anthony.
Hey guys, Anthony, I have one for you. Long time no see. You look great. I love it. Any way we can get an autograph copy, buddy?
I haven't thought about that, but I have actually considered making a robot that I can use to write my name with. Because you know me, I'm always trying to think of some big grand idea.
I love it.
But yeah, like I'm happy to sign it. I might look into getting a stamp or some other way to do it, but I think yeah, I would love to do that and just gotta figure out how to adapt and find a way to do it.
Cool. Well, keep it in mind for the future. Thanks. This is great. I love it. I'm gonna order a copy right now.
Thank you.
Any other questions? DJ is really looking forward to getting a copy and he thinks it looks fantastic.
I do have a question. Did you guys go through like a ton of rough drafts before you got to your final draft? Like, was there trial and errors? Like, I'm picturing like the toss in the garbage can ideas.
I think a lot of it, because like we obviously wrote it during camp, and a lot of it was like in the notes app on my iPhone, and I'm like going around to like everyone in the cabin. I'm like, does this sound good? Does this sound good? And obviously Anthony had like the final say because he's like the one who's like so good with words. So I think he made most of the final edits, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was a lot of like typing and deleting and like changing words here and there. And I think I still have like the original in my notes from like 5 years ago. But yeah, that was how we did it. You know, technology is great, so it was nice that we could just do it that way and not have to waste a bunch of paper.
Yes.
Yeah,
I feel like I remember the notes app
Yeah.
and going around and finding all of the things before you guys wrote that big long paper that you guys read out at the talent show. I was trying to find the picture to share, but I couldn't find it.
Or was that the Can't Promise? That might have been a different one.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
Okay. Well, I've done so many things I can't. It's hard to remember them all. But yeah, like I kind of I tried to make it so it wasn't like because at first it was kind of a sea shanty or something you sing, and I kind of wanted to make it. I kind of had to tailor it so it's easier to read, and I wanted to make sure that it was inclusive. Because like I actually didn't include any pronouns or anything because I wanted to make sure that everybody feels included and can feel like Pigasus, like because Pigasus is supposed to be an example of who I am or who anybody who is dealing with being different or having a rare disease or anything like that is going through. So I think I really tried to make Pigasus a character for everyone.
You succeeded for sure.
Anybody else have any questions? Wonderful. Well, I did put the link in the chat for anybody that wants it. If you guys think of any questions that you have after the fact, please let us know and we'll get them to Anthony, Mia, and Erica. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it. Anthony, Mia, Erica, we appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for creating this book and sharing it with us to share with others. Anthony, thank you for your passion, your push, your advocation for not only yourself, but the community. We appreciate all of you, and we will see you again soon. Thank you all.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful day.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.